2 plus 2 equals 4. Doesn't sound right. Maybe I can... Oh, hey guys, sorry about that. I didn't see you log in. Get it, log in. It's a virtual school. It's a little bit of a joke there. Anyway, I was just brushing up on some of my 4th grade math before I got this whole teaching thing started, and you wouldn't believe how many numbers there are in this book. It's crazy. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me. My name is Mr. Walker, and welcome to your first math lesson of the year. We're going to be seeing a lot of each other this year, and you're going to get a chance to see this wonderful face and hear this beautiful voice like every day. So for that, I say you're welcome, or probably a better term I should use is I'm sorry. But we'll be spending a lot of time together this year and doing a lot of really cool things with math. So I'm excited to see your guys' skills on display. We're going to start off today by talking a bit about place value. We're going to be looking at the comparisons between different places in like a place value chart. And we're going to be using some manipulatives and writing and doing a whole bunch of different things so we can basically build our understanding of what place value is and how it works. So thank you guys for joining me, and we just need a few things before we get started. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need are some place value discs. Okay, so if you don't have these, let me know. I could definitely get you some. If not, you can totally follow along and draw some pictures with us instead, but these will really help to kind of give you a manipulative and something to work with. You're going to need something to write with, obviously. If you have a whiteboard like this, it's not actually a whiteboard, it's more of just like a dry erase kind of sheet. These are really helpful because you can put whatever graphic organizer or whatever we're working with in here, and then you can write right over the top of it and then erase it and write something else because we're going to be practicing some things together. So if you have that, you can get that. You're also going to need a place value chart for today. There's a couple that you can download right within the course. If you can't find it somewhere, let me know. I'll be sure to get you a copy. But those are the things that you should need for today to get started. So I'll let you gather up those things, and when you're ready and got all your supplies, let me know and we'll jump into this. All right, awesome. So hopefully everybody has what they need and they're ready to get started. So let's start things by actually doing a review of what place value is. If we think back to probably, 1st grade, 2nd grade, 3rd grade, somewhere in there, you started really learning about place value and what it means and what the value of different digits are in a number. So where these place value discs come in handy is that we can use them to represent and to kind of show the values of those numbers. So I'm going to go ahead and get out some place value discs now. I'm just going to get out some tens, ones, and hundreds for now. So if you want to go ahead and grab out those place value discs, go ahead and do that now, and then we're going to look at a couple examples together. All right, so to kind of start things off slowly a little bit and to do some reviewing, I'm going to put a value up here on my place value graphic organizer here, and we're going to look at the discs and be able to determine what the value of this number is. So I'm going to put my tens here. So I'm going to put 4 of them here, and then I think I'm going to put 3 ones over here. So now that I have this laid out here, these are obviously the ones, okay? They're in the ones place, and these guys are worth 10, and they're in the tens place. So when I look at this to be able to determine what this number is, if I have 4 tens, right, I would count by 10, so 10, 20, 30, 40, so this would be worth 40. 1, 2, 3, because these are only ones, so I'm going to count by ones. 1, 2, 3, so that would give me a total of 43. Okay, so just refreshing your memory, hopefully a little bit about what place value is. So we can determine what a number is worth using place value to determine the value of each digit, okay? So let's kind of do it the opposite way now. So if I give you a number of, let's say, 54. Put 54 up there. So in the tens place, there's a 5. So I'm going to have 5 tens, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tens. And then in the ones place, there is a 4. So I'm going to need 4 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's how we can make the number 54. We're showing the value of the 5 as 5 tens, right? Or 50. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and we're showing the value of the 4 as 4 ones, or 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? So hopefully this is kind of refreshing your memory as to what place value is and how we use place value to determine the value of a number or to determine the value of the digits in a number. All right, so let's build on our understanding of place value a little bit by looking about how we can move in between the different place values on our graphic organizer here. So if I were to put this guy here, how much do I have? What is the value of what I have right now? Right, I have 1 unit. The name of this unit is in the ones place, right? So I have 1, 1, right? All right, I'm gonna add a few more in here, so kind of count along with me. So I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So now I have 10 ones. And these guys are kind of outside my lines, but we'll just scoot them over a little bit. Beautiful. Okay, so now I have 10 ones, right? So is there a different way that I could show these 10 ones? Is there another way that I could represent these 10 ones other than just writing 10 ones? Awesome. Well, I think I heard some voices out there saying that I could change these 10 ones in for 110. They're the same value, right? 10 ones and 110 is the same thing. So I'm going to scoot these guys off now because I still have 10 ones. They're just represented here as 110. So a couple different ways I could say this or phrase this is 110 is 10 times as much as 1. 110 is 10 times as much as 1. So 1 times 10 would give us 10. Okay, so we can start to think of the relationship between those two, okay? This 10 is 10 times more than 1, 1, okay? And we're going to see how that builds as we go up and go further into our place value. So if 10 ones made 110, what is 10 tens going to make? Exactly, 10 tens is going to make 100. So I'm just building as I go. So again, I could say that 100 is 10 times 110. I have that 110, do it 10 times, that's the same as 100. Okay, so there's a couple different ways I could state that and say that it's true, but again, we're growing. 10 times 1 is 10. 10 times 10 is 100. So what would 10 times 100 be? Well, 10 times 100 would give me 10 hundreds, which is the same as 1,000. So each time we went up in our place value, we multiplied by 10 to get our next value. 1 times 10 gives me 10 ones, which is the same as 110. 10 times 10 gave me 10 tens, which is the same as 100. 100 times 10 gave me 10 100s, which is the same as 1,000. So you can see how these place values relate and how we can get from one place value to another by multiplying by 10. All right, I'm going to switch over here and I put my place value chart, my place value graphic organizer. Basically, I put it in my dry erase sleeve so I can write on it a little bit. And before, when I was using my discs, and I apologize for the glare, I know I got some bad glare going on here. When I was using my discs before, I could tell what the value of each of these was. So I didn't have to label my place value chart, which is totally cool. But now I'm going to draw some things out and use like dots to represent my place value. So now would be a good idea for me to label my chart so I remember what the value of each column is. So I'm going to label this guy as my ones because he's all the way to the right. This guy is going to be my tens, so it'll be my hundreds, and my thousands if we get there. Sorry, I know we're kind of off camera a little bit here, but you're getting the picture. So, I have my ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands. So I'm going to start here, and I would encourage you to follow along with me. I'm going to put 2 ones here in this column, just representing them with dots, right? So in my ones column, I have 2 ones. So what's the value of that? Right, the value of that would be 2, right? 2 ones is the same as 2. What if I wanted to find the value of 10 times that? What is 10 times 2? Awesome, 10 times 2 is 20. So I'm going to draw 20 ones in my ones column. All right, so I represented my 2 ones to start with, and I multiplied that by 10. So 2 times 10 gives me 20. So I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, right? Just counted by 2's all the way down. So 2 times 10 will give me 20. So if I have 21s, how many 10s is that? If I were to take these 21s and put them into groups of 10, how many 10s would I have? All right, awesome. Let's try that real quick. So I'm going to draw a group of 10 here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I would have one group of 10. I would have two groups of 10. So that would mean I would have 2 10s. So what I could say is 10 times 2 1s is equal to 21s, which is equal to 2 10s. So again, I just multiplied by 10 to move to that next place value, right? It increased the number of 1s I had, which gave me the ability to turn it into 10s. Let's try another example and move up the place value chart a little bit here. Let's say I had 4 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I wanted to multiply that by 10. So 4 10s times 10 is going to give me how many 10s? What is 4 times 10? Exactly, 4 times 10 is going to be 40. Whew. Okay, that was a lot of dots to draw there, but I got them all in there. So I have 40 10s now. 4 times 10 would give me 40. So now I have 40 10s. But how can I regroup that, thinking about the pattern that we used before to move from 1s to 10s? If I wanted to go from 10s to hundreds, how could I group those, and what would it look like? How many hundreds would I have? Perfect. Well, if I grouped these into groups of 10, here's one group of 10. This would be 2 groups of 10, 3 groups of 10, and 4 groups of 10. And as we know, 10 10s equals 100, right? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Remember, we're not dealing with ones anymore. So 10 10s would equal 100. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 hundreds. 1, 2, 3, 4 hundreds. Okay, so I multiplied my 4 10s by 10. That gives me 400. And just real quick on the back side here, we're going to just write that as an expression. You know, we could model it all day with our dots or with our place value discs or things like that, but I think you guys are starting to get the hang of this, where we can just kind of think of this in terms of an equation or a number sentence or something like that. So let's say if I had 10 times 700. Well, I know that 10 times 7 is going to give me 70, so I would have 70 hundreds, which is the same as 7,000, right? I'm just moving up that place value chart. Again, I apologize for my glare there, but I'm moving up my chart because I would have 7 groups of 10 hundreds, which would be the same as 7,000, okay? So we could start to visualize this, and we could start to make some number sentences based on that. So this is just kind of a little introduction into place value and multiplying by 10 to kind of move through that place value and seeing what the different values of those numbers are. I appreciate you guys playing along with me. We're going to do a part 2 to this lesson where we're actually going to watch a short little video from Khan Academy where he's going to go into this a little bit more and explain some other strategies that you can use to multiply by 10 to find other numbers. So thank you guys for watching. Enjoy the Khan Academy video. And please, as always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please reach out to me. Let me know. So I appreciate you guys for participating today, and I'm going to go ahead and get back to some of my studying. What? They have even and odd numbers now? Crazy.